Thank you very much. To start with, he didn't forget to tell retired. So, it's very interesting that there is a saying, an admiral never retires. He just fades away. And even I went for another one. Admiral never retires. He moves on. So, and thank you very much to CBER and the Future University of Egypt for inviting me to this session. I came here before COVID once, but this is always a privilege and pleasure. Okay. So we have been since morning discussing about the restructuring of the global economy. So now, let us just share our thoughts about the cradle of the global economy that controls all around the world, because the Indian Ocean region and nowadays across the range, the Indo-Pacific concept. So I have a number of slides because I believe pictures speak 1,000 words. But so, and half an hour after lunch is a very difficult time. So I will just look at the maps and all, because from all our geography knowledge from the elementary school, you can easily pick it up. So actually the oceans ensure the critical linkage with the global supply chains all around the world. And you can say that it's both a source of food security and it's an engine for global economic growth. And that brings us to the aspect of the blue economy, or the ocean-based economy that I will be talking about a little bit. And the Indian Ocean, that I'm part of that. Also, UK is part of that because of the island territories of Diego Garcia. UK is part of the Indian Ocean. So it's called the Great Connector. Starting on the southwest, you can see the Cape of Good Hope, our friend from South Africa. She was there, man. And on the northwest is the Bab el-Mandeb or the Horn of Africa, east, the Malacca Strait, and the shores of Australia. It's huge. And if you consider the Indo-Pacific, it's a concept of two oceans, but one strategic space. That is what we're discussing about. And with the increasing importance of the trade and economy, more are the challenges, more are the maritime crimes and other things. So basically, for ages, the Indian Ocean region has facilitated the global economy and the trade and commerce with the outside world, with Asia Pacific, Americas, Europe, always for last 7-8 centuries. And cases still valid. And the rimland countries, there are about 36 countries around the Indian Ocean region. Not only the oil and gas, the strategic raw materials. I can mention about the polymetallic nodules which are found under the sea on the abyssal plain, which are known as the common heritage of mankind. So, and 2/3 of the global oil trade, 50% of the container traffic, 1/3 of the bulk cargo, and world's highest tonnage of transportation takes place in the Indian Ocean region. And just I wanted to show you this map, the choke points. I mentioned about the Cape of Good Hope, Bab el-Mandeb, the Suez, the Strait of Hormuz. Just I'm mentioning because it always sticks in your mind. You always read it in the newspapers daily. Malacca Strait and even the Lombok and Sunda Strait on the connecting with the Asia Pacific region. So all these give access to the trade and strategic oil streams. And that's how this Indian Ocean region and across the Indo-Pacific is so important. Okay, just a word about more Indo-Pacific. So basically, this is a Indo-Pacific concept. It's not a very old concept, about last 10-15 years. So this gives a recognition that Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean are two oceans separately, but one strategic space from the point of view of economic aspects, strategic aspects, political aspects, everything. And because their politics and geoeconomy and geostrategy and their geopolitics is intertwined among these two oceans, and is going to be the defining geopolitical theater of the century. Well, even a little bit of one slide on the shipping and shipbuilding, you see, among the Lloyd's 100 container port lease, Lloyd's brings out every year best 100 container port based on the throughput. 9 are the Asian ports, other than Rotterdam only is about 7 or 8. Every year it changes, 9 ports are Asian, especially across the Asia Pacific region. Even the shipbuilding, this dark blue color, these are the shipbuilding industry. Shipbuilding is Asia Pacific. Ship breaking or the ship recycling industries though these are not still environmentally very sustainable, there is a concern, but South Asia, especially ship breaking or ship recycling industries, is very important for that. Okay. Ocean undergoes a huge risk. It's self-explanatory. It's a very unfortunate thing. The marine pollution and oceans require more caring attention. Why? Because more we care for the ocean governance, blue economy, better is the global trade and global economy. That is how it is linked. And there are some human drivers of change because these are man-made problems. There is one word called IUU fishing. Okay, illegal, unregistered, and undocumented fishing, IUU fishing, or illegal fishing. Then overexploitation, the marine pollution, unplanned coastal development, the climate change issues, these are all problems that we have to face. This is just one aspect about the biodiversity. The 20% of the world's coral reefs have disappeared and another 20% degraded in last several decades. Why? Because of the ocean acidification. Mangroves, in my country, South Asia, there are also a lot of mangroves. The mangroves are deforested 3 to 5 times more than the normal forest region. And that is how the extent of deforestation. 29% of the seagrass habitats have been disappeared. So the world is at huge risk if we do not take these things into factors and take our positive steps. So that brings us to the aspect of the blue economy. That's an ocean-based economy. Only difference is it has to be sustainable. The UN declared the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 2030, 15 years plan, and blue economy has to be sustainable. The developing countries have charted, most of the developing countries and many island countries have embarked upon the aspects of blue economy in the recent times to entangle with their overall national economy. And a normal idea is the livelihood for the poor, create employment opportunities, the reduce poverty, equity well-being. Normal sustainability aspects are applicable for blue economy as well. So one definition that I personally like, there are many definitions of blue economy that I just wanted to share with you. A sustainable ocean economy emerges when economic activity is in balance with the long-term capacity of the ocean ecosystems to support this activity and remain resilient and healthy. So it has to be a balance. The graph on the right side, you see, more is the growth in ocean economy, that means more works. More is the health of the ocean economy in danger. So growth of the ocean economy is inversely proportional to the health of the ocean health. So we need to maintain a balance. And that's why comes the aspect of the blue growth strategy and the ocean governance. So there is a word called ocean's natural capital. In my country, like Bangladesh, has been a forerunner in the blue economy aspect out of the developing countries. We have identified 626 categories, sectors in the blue economy. Okay, the shipping, shipbuilding, the fisheries and aquaculture, renewable blue energy, ocean engineering, offshore, there are so and so forth. This is the marine biotechnology. You go to the shop, you find a lot of nutritional supplements, all comes from the fish. So these are the applications like the pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and many applications of the marine biotechnology. So I mentioned about the Sustainable Development Goal. So for blue economy to be effective, we need to take care of the SDG goals that United Nations has specified for the countries. As we achieve the goals of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, that will set the foundation for the blue economy to launch. So there is a very interconnectedness, and that's how the integrated ocean governance. That's something that important. So it's a policy, regulatory, management, and governance framework. So we need to have policies, regulations, and in a rule-based international order, these things are absolutely important to ensure the ocean health, productivity, and the sustainability. There are few key aspects, few ingredients, how an ocean governance look like. It has to be a holistic and integrated approach. There are multiple stakeholders, you can see on the slide. So last point is promoting international cooperation. That's very important. So I wanted to share with a little bit on the maritime security aspects. Professor Christian Bueger, the metrics that he has shown on the maritime security issues, that is what generally maritime studies, they like these metrics. So there are 4 corners in the matrix. One is the economic development or economic security, human security, national security overall, and the environmental security or marine environment. So these 4 makes what is called the maritime security. So though generally these are the low intensity transboundary security issues, because so we need collaboration among the countries, and the international collaboration is important. There are some challenges to that. One is the influence of geostrategy. Professor Chris Bellamy mentioned a little bit on that. See, the interest of major powers, including UK, will continue remain in the Indian Ocean. And so the competition among the major powers and the local powers as well within the IOR sometimes is conflicting and sometimes converging in nature. So these things will remain. Maybe you name Belt and Road Initiative, the free and open Indo-Pacific. There are many multilaterals, plurilaterals, and unilaterals. So these things cause a problem because the developing countries, they have to take a side. Without taking side, that's a problem. Diversity and disparity. IOR region has the richest countries and the poorest countries of the world. It's a huge diverse. Trust and mutual trust is always a problem there. There is an absence of common identity, and the point below is the Middle East crisis. You see, we have seen the problems in the Gulf of in the Horn of Africa. Earlier there was the Somali piracy issues. Now, after this recent wars, Arab-Israeli, the Israel-Iran wars, and during that time, other intervention by the Houthis. You see, the mainline operators, the shipping companies like the Max Line, MSC, Hapag-Lloyd, all had to divert the shipping by the Cape of Good Hope. And the number is amazing. You have to traverse 8,900 kilometers more. If you don't pass through the Suez, go right down there. And just imagine such a huge, involvement of. So the other thing, I'll just quickly finish last 2 slides. There are a number of regional cooperation mechanisms in Indian Ocean region. I can say the ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Countries. The ASEAN, to my mind, is the most effective and the best organization which is really fundamental. They have got much better cooperation and understanding among them. They have this Asian Regional Forum, ADMM, a lot of platforms they have. In South Asia, that I am part of that region, there have been 2 associations. One was the SARC, another the BIMSTEC is in the Bay of Bengal region. Unfortunately, we have to get over the issue of the mutual trust. That is a problem all the time. Kenya has been a forerunner among the East African countries, and Mauritius is at the vanguard of the SIDS, of the Small Island Developing States. So, okay. In Pan-Indian Ocean scenario, there are 2 associations. One is the IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association, and another is the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, and UK is member of both. So these 2 are very important. So finally, there are also other associations, Djibouti Code of Conduct, and all are supported by European Union or even UK or USA. The commander, the task force 1 by 1, that is working for last 15 years against the piracy in the Horn of Africa. Okay, finally, what is the way ahead? One is we need to have holistic and multi-pronged strategy and participated by all nations across the Indian Ocean region and the international players. We need to have a collaborative capacity building. There is something called Decade of Ocean Science. UNESCO has declared Decade of Ocean Science from 2020 to 2030. And this, we cannot miss the boat. There, we have to take advantage of this decade. Maritime Center of Excellence, Marine Spatial Planning means in same place, there is a shipping, there is shipbuilding, there is fisheries, everything. So how to live together? Innovative financial mechanisms, there are few, like visitor entry fees, like the UN or World Bank or IFC. they have this mechanism because the sustainability within the ESG criteria, one has to have this. So debt for nature swap. Okay, you ensure the environment is okay, I will give you loans. So that blue bonds is something very interesting. Maybe we can share during our tea sessions later. Maritime domain awareness is something also very important. Finally, the regional ocean policy that we need to adopt altogether, involving all the legal affairs. And final slide, we need to have a global and regional partnership and coalition collaboration among the countries of the Indian Ocean and the international operators, the USA, the European Union, UK, because the importance and the significance of the Indian Ocean, the impact on the global economy is too huge. We cannot avoid that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we have time for a couple of questions, if we have questions. Yes,
I have questions.
Yes.
My question is, how can Bangladesh leverage its blue economy potential through sustainable measures to drive long-term economic growth while preserving maritime ecosystem?
Okay, in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Bangladesh, I mentioned a little bit. Bangladesh was one of the pioneer states among the developing countries. Because blue economy is a concept not for the developed countries. This is a concept by the developing countries and the assiduous countries, small island developing states. Bangladesh and blue economy is not a very old concept. It has started from Rio +20. You know, Rio happened in 1992. 2012, then that was the time when we started the blue economy. Bangladesh has taken a lot of initiatives in the blue economy aspect. But you know, sustaining those initiatives has always been a challenge because you need fund, you need international collaboration and all the things. But I think there have been efforts, both the government and the private sector, to advance the concept of this blue economy. So let's see. We look forward for a better future. We need to collaborate among the regional countries, because in blue economy, it doesn't happen only in one place. Because the regional problems at sea are transboundary. You cannot stop because there is no border. So you need to collaborate with one another, common sea situation picture, share information and all this. Okay. So the Hilsa in Bay of Bengal and the Hilsa in near Calcutta are, both we enjoy Hilsa because those who are Bengalis, they will understand Bengalis, but you cannot stop in the border. So both India and Bangladesh have to take the similar measures for the fisheries conservation.
Okay, thank you.